Oh, Effie. Just a few more weeks and then it's election time.
Oh, yes, Luca. That time of year when we can all come together despite our massively different political views. Me being from the right side of the S&D.
And me from the left side of Aldi.
Couldn't be more different.
But you know, something is weighing heavily on my heart.
What is it?
I'm just worried, what if the European voters treat this greatest democratic electoral process in the world again with disinterest?
Yes, or even disdain. Haven't they seen that massive sign on the edge of the parliament telling people to vote?
I mean, it's as if spending tens of thousands on a banner seen only by people going to or through the European Quarter was a waste of money.
If only there was someone who could help us figure out what makes Europeans tick.
Someone who knows how to start a real conversation.
Someone could convince them that it's good to go to the polls.
Did somebody say good to go?
Who are you?
Who am I? You mean you don't know? Clearly you are not European gays with the same travel plans every May. At least one of you isn't. It is I, Martin Österdahl, Chief Executive Supervisor of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Martin?
Who?
Martin Österdahl. I'm from the Eurovision. I'm the Chief Executive Super. I'm the guy who says good to go.
Oh, I boycotted this year, sorry.
I actually watched, and now that you said, I do remember seeing your face on the screen, but I also remember a lot of booing.
Oh, darling. You heard booing, I heard oohing. That's the sound the fans make when I come on the stage. They love me that much.
Okay, if you say so.
Yes,
what are you doing here anyway?
What am I doing here? Well, it's not that after this year's complete shit show of a Eurovision that I'm in any way worried about my job as Chief Executive Supervisor. It's certainly not that.
Oh, that's a weird thing to say if it's not.
Isn't it just? No. As a committed European, I thought I could help with your little election. Because although I must say, in being in charge of the Eurovision, obviously, I have no idea about politics at all. I do know a thing or two about voting.
Well, wait, are you saying we should take the Eurovision as a good example? But this year it was terrible.
Effie.
How do you know my name?
I saw it on your little name tag. Shluka. Don't worry, this is what I do. This is what I live for. Take sad and desperate little European institutions and traditions and make them interesting once again, regardless of the consequences. Let's admit that in the past you had a problem. EU voters really didn't give a shit. Turnout simply never went. Over 55% gave you quite the democratic deficit. True?
Yes.
You just need to take some tips from Eurovision. We'll put Europeans' interest to the test. Let's completely renovate all those EU candidates, and in no time you'll see everyone's obsessed.
In a good way?
Sure. You'll score more European votes. If I can do it, so can you. Boring EU candidates with no personalities simply need a key change or two. You'll score more European votes. Bring turnout up. As if there's one thing that I've learned in my influential role is that you've got to fuck shit up. Now, if you want those votes to rise, no need to philosophize. Forget policy, just think about the show. Start them with some cheesy pop, then bring some rap and ethnic rock, and you'll score more European votes.
Martin. of it, but how do we make a song contest into an election?
Oh, darling, don't get mixed up with the details like this. It doesn't matter. The first thing you need to do to make your vote interesting is just to capture their attention. And for that, you need to bring out the big guns. Nemo! Baby Lasagna! Bambi Thug, get out here! Look at these beauties! The winner, Nemo, from Switzerland in first place. Baby Lasagna in second place from Croatia. And Bambi Thug in 666th place from Ireland. Beautiful representatives of this European dream.
But they're singers, they're not politicians.
Martin, Switzerland's not even in the EU. How is this helping?
I think you'll find, darling, if you really want to make things interesting, sometimes looking at countries outside the EU is exactly what you need. Rim Tim Tackleton.
Rim Tim Tackleton.
Let's break the code.
Wow.
And don't ever underestimate the importance of controversy. Ha! So you might as well have candidates with stories. Let them tell their whole life's histories. I don't care. Though unlike these three, they're not young and charming, weird and hot. Yes, there's more to do to make those voters care. So now you find a candidate who's a folk hero, and then kick him out last minute. What the hell? And if things are still too bland, don't just stop at Switzerland. See what happens when you involve Israel. Come on, you'll score more European votes. Oh, they're mad. Just what? And if democracy's not working, simply pick a jury who decides the winner that you want. You'll score more European votes, though they'll all hate you. Just forget about the details and we'll get these voters out. You need parliament elections that will make them scream and shout. And who cares about your values or what this contest's all about? You'll score more